Ladies and gentlemen, amidst the tumultuous storms of the Civil War, our nation found itself at a crossroads, facing unprecedented challenges and uncertainties. It was during these trying times that I stood at the helm of leadership, entrusted with the weighty responsibility of guiding our beloved country through the darkest of days. Leading during the Civil War demanded more than just political acumen. It required a deep sense of care and empathy for the suffering and sacrifices endured by both Union and Confederate citizens. The weight of the nation's future rested heavily on my shoulders, and I understood the toll that war takes on the human spirit. Families torn apart, communities ravaged by violence, and the loss of countless lives weighed heavily on my heart. In the midst of this devastating conflict, I recognized the profound impact of my decisions on the lives of ordinary citizens. I took it upon myself to visit wounded soldiers in hospitals, offering words of comfort and solace. I sought to understand the experiences of those on the front lines and the hardships faced by their families on the home front. This personal connection allowed me to lead with compassion and a genuine concern for the well-being of all Americans, regardless of their allegiance. As a leader, I faced the enormous task of balancing the demands of military strategy, political considerations, and the preservation of the Union. The war was not only fought on the battlefield, but also within the political landscape of the nation. I navigated the complexities of working with a divided Congress and a war-weary population. My ability to bridge the gaps between differing factions and foster a spirit of cooperation was crucial in maintaining the cohesion of the Union. During the war, my administration grappled with complex issues, such as the suspension of habeas corpus and the enforcement of martial law. These measures were not taken lightly, but they were deemed necessary to maintain order and protect the nation's security. It was a fine line to walk, as I aimed to safeguard civil liberties, while also upholding the responsibility of preserving the Union. One of the most significant challenges I faced during the Civil War was the question of emancipation. The moral dilemma of slavery had plagued our nation since its inception, and the war brought it to the forefront of the national consciousness. I wrestled with the notion that in order to preserve the Union and uphold the principles of freedom, slavery must be abolished. The issuance of the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 was a pivotal moment in our nation's history. While it did not immediately free all enslaved individuals, it set the course for the eventual eradication of slavery and served as a beacon of hope for those yearning for freedom. This transformative measure not only shifted the trajectory of the war, but also laid the groundwork for the passage of the 13th Amendment, which permanently abolished slavery throughout the United States. Throughout the Civil War, my speeches and addresses served not just to inform, but to inspire. I understood the power of words, and I used them to kindle the flames of courage and perseverance in the hearts of both soldiers and civilians. From the stirring words of the Gettysburg Address to the Emancipation Proclamation, I aimed to unite the nation under a common purpose, reminding all that we are, indeed, a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. It is essential to acknowledge that my leadership during the Civil War faced opposition and criticism. As a democratic leader, I welcome these differences of opinion, for they were a testament to the vibrancy of our democracy. While I remained steadfast in my convictions, I also recognized the importance of engaging in civil discourse and respecting the rights of all citizens to express their views. The Civil War was a crucible that tested the very fabric of our nation, and through it all, I held fast to the belief that we are, indeed, a nation united, indivisible, and committed to the pursuit of liberty and justice for all. The lessons learned from this trying period in our history are enduring, providing valuable insights for leaders and citizens alike. First and foremost, the importance of compassionate leadership cannot be overstated. Empathy and care for the well-being of the people should always be at the core of a leader's decision-making process. During the Civil War, my commitment to understanding the hardships faced by soldiers and civilians alike allowed me to make decisions that were grounded in a deep sense of humanity. Secondly, unity is paramount, even in the face of profound division. A leader must strive to bridge divides and foster a spirit of cooperation among citizens with differing perspectives. It is only through a united effort that a nation can weather the storm and emerge stronger on the other side. Lastly, the pursuit of justice and equality should always guide a leader's actions. The Emancipation Proclamation exemplified this principle, and its enduring legacy reminds us that the fight for freedom and civil rights is an ongoing journey that demands vigilance and unwavering commitment. As we look back on this pivotal period in our history, there are lessons to be learned. insights to be gained. The Civil War was a crucible that tested the very fabric of our nation, and through it all, I held fast to the belief that we are, indeed, a nation united, indivisible, and committed to the pursuit of liberty and justice for all. Let us honor the legacy of those who fought for our nation's unity and learn from the trials and triumphs of the past.